we see that there is an unprecedented pressure for them to make their replenishment decisions right.
Brands are losing even up to 30% of their sales due to out of stock.
So why is it so difficult for brands, especially when it comes to fashion and lifestyle?
Of course, it has a real and significant impact on brands' profitability.
That sounds quite serious. Hi, I'm Elena, and this is Business Casual, your guide to dressing Europe. Here we unpack all things e-commerce, logistics, innovation, and Europe, tailored to fashion and lifestyle. In this episode, we're tackling one of the most important problems within fashion and lifestyle, making the right replenishment decisions. And today I'm joined by Karolina Kozlowska, Director of Product Operations and Fulfilment at ZEOS. Welcome, Karolina.
Hi, Elena. Happy to be here.
When it comes to seasonal items like this swimsuit here, are you an early planner or a just-in-time shopper?
Well, I'm definitely early planner. I'm already searching for winter 2026 trends and now planning my winter shopping.
When it comes to how brands plan their stock and inventory, we see that there is an unprecedented pressure for them to make their replenishment decisions right in order to avoid going out of stock when sales are picking up or overstocking and increasing their operational costs. So why is it so difficult for brands, especially when it comes to fashion and lifestyle?
Well, the reason is that the e-commerce landscape in Europe is very complex. So in Europe we have many sales channels, so customers purchase their fashion items across a variety of sales channels. We also observe that shopping habits differ across different European regions. So customers in Berlin purchase and make completely different choices than customers in Barcelona or in Paris or in Warsaw. Additionally, on top of that, we see that fashion trends are changing very fast. Weather also has impact on customers' behavior and their choices, calendar events, season shifts. So this complexity makes inventory management very difficult. So it's a real challenge how to distribute inventory across multiple sales channels and markets in such a way to ensure that the right assortment is always on the right place and on the right time. So when the demand is needed and where the demand is needed. And especially it's difficult if brands are not using one stock pool approach.
When it comes to replenishment, so what kind of financial implications do brands face when they make the wrong decisions? Do you have any numbers at hand?
Of course, it has a real and significant impact on brands' profitability. Brands are losing even up to 30% of their sales due to out of stock, so due to incorrect replenishment decision. And 20% is associated with size-related out of stock. So, and additionally, brands are spending millions of euros every year for overstock. They pay for the storage costs for the items that are not moving. Additionally, they of course have to pay then additional money to get this inventory back. So they will have to pay for ZEOS. This excess of inventory also pushes brands very heavily to rely on discounts. So in the beginning of 2024, we've observed that the average percentage of discounted inventory increased by 5 percentage points. So cutting into margins.
That sounds quite serious. I guess the solution is to really understand the demand for your items, your SKUs on a granular level. But what kind of data should brands be looking into?
Well, so the good news is that right now we have a technology that can help AI, but supported by data. So AI tools can analyze historical sales, so historical data, to learn, to train algorithms, and to be able to forecast the future. But historical data is not just enough, because AI should also be supported by additional data sources, like fashion trends, weather forecast, season shifts, calendar events, even macroeconomic impact insights. Take this all into account to be able to forecast the future demand, future sales, future return rates, future return timelines, but also to identify future top sellers, slow movers, and to finally advise brands with the optimal replenishment decisions. So to provide brands the optimal replenishment quantities and timelines.
Is it possible to predict the performance of a brand new assortment without the historical data?
Of course, here again AI comes into play, because those tools can also forecast the future demand of the items without historical data. So there are AI tools based on image recognition and image analysis. Those tools analyze customer choices, preferences, analyze current trends, future trends, identify characteristics, then compare it with the new items, identify similarities, differences, and based on that are able to forecast the future demand of the items without historical data with very high level of accuracy.
You said that you're piloting a solution currently. What kind of results are you seeing?
We see that this technology has huge potential. Based on pilot partners, we observe that this technology has potential to uplift the merchant's GMV by even 20% by boosting the sales, so increasing the availability rate and decreasing the overstock.
So how widespread is this technology in the market, and how easy it is to find something that works for fashion and lifestyle?
Well, so technology is there, it becomes more and more popular, but what's the key is this data sets. The more accurate, the more data we have, and the more data we are able to provide to support AI tools, the more accurate forecast we can get. And this is where Zalando has a big advantage, as we are owning the biggest network dedicated for fashion and lifestyle in Europe. We of course benefit from fashion and lifestyle data that this network enabled. So we are able to support AI tools with the set of data from what 50 million of customers purchase across 25 different European countries.
What kind of trends do you see in inventory management?
Well, definitely, I think brands will have to use one single stock pool approach, so to distribute inventory across these different sales channels and markets efficiently. We will definitely observe more adoption of AI toolsets that will analyze this huge amount of data and will support brands with optimal inventory management and replenishment decisions. And sustainability will also come into play. It's also related with the new EU regulations that will force brands to report unsold inventory, but also liquidation, destroying of unsold inventory will be illegal. So brands will have to be much more precise in the inventory management, and they will have to plan it more accurate. So correct inventory management is not just about profitability, but it's also about sustainability, so generally about staying competitive.
Thanks for unpacking this topic with me today, Karolina.
Thank you for having me.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to Business Casual. Keep dressing Europe, and we'll see you soon.